All right. So gather around, everybody. We don't have a sound system, so lend me your ears for a moment. So we're here today to talk about the gubernatorial race. And to talk about it in context here, let's talk a little bit about New Bedford first and where New Bedford sits in the future of the state. So New Bedford has been on a bit of a roll lately. We are, as all of you know, the seafood capital of America, the largest commercial fishing port in America. It's appropriate that we're right here on Pier 3, one of our primary fishing piers, to talk about our progress. New Bedford is about to become the birthplace of the offshore wind industry. We are ready as anybody, if not more so in America, to embrace this green industry that will light homes, light the eastern seaboard in the years to come and create thousands of high-paying jobs in places like New Bedford, but especially New Bedford. We are firing on all cylinders on school reform, on city efficiency. We're going to have a press conference later today to announce that we're going to be replacing 9,000 street lights in the city with efficient LED lighting, so stay tuned for that. I'll see some of you guys later on. The city now has the highest bond rating in its history, AA-, which puts it above just about every city in the Northeast. We're in good shape. We are, according to the Wall Street Journal, 2 months ago, the Wall Street Journal reported that New Bedford derives, as a city government, derives more electricity from solar than any city in the United States per capita, except Honolulu. And Honolulu gets more days like this than we do. And then finally, just another thing, the Wall Street Journal, and as much as folks, we're all, pretty much everybody here is from New Bedford, but we got to let the world know that we're growing. Jobs are growing all over the place. New businesses are springing up. We're going to walk over to the Black Whale in a moment and see that 2-month-old, to see the success of that 2-month-old business. This summer, the Wall Street Journal reported that of all U.S. cities, New Bedford had the sharpest drop in unemployment over the previous year. We are humming right now. But there's a long way to go before we can say we are successful. In the years ahead, we want to be seen as a major American port. We want our downtown to grow in every respect. We want major institutions to move into our downtown, especially research institutions that can commercialize their work and grow other businesses and create more jobs. We have a lot of work to do in our school system. We're on the right track, but there's miles to go before we can say we've hit the mark. We're working hard on that. We're working hard on reforming our workforce system. There's a lot going on here, and we're at a critical point right now. This is an incredibly important gubernatorial election for Greater New Bedford. We can't succeed unless we have a strong partner in the governor's office. That's just the way it works in Massachusetts. And so today I am here proudly to endorse someone who I have admired professionally, have known personally, as someone who had been in the same line of work as me, and law enforcement, whose work in that way I've always admired. Someone who is a problem solver, a listener, and more than anything else, a leader, and someone who is going to be the next governor of this state, and that's Martha Coakley. Martha is the right choice for Greater New Bedford. She is someone, more than any other candidate in this race, she knows this area. She knows its challenges. She knows its opportunities. She knows how to work best with regions in the state, especially this one. Her approach to governing will be the appropriate one for this area, which is to work in service of our priorities. We know what we're doing. We could sit here, I could sit here, and I know I'm going on for a while, but I could go on for very, very long about what's needed in this harbor, what's needed in the downtown, what's needed in our school system. We're closest to it, so we know we have a really good idea of where to take things. But we need the resources, we need the technical help, we need the skill, we need the overall political support that Martha can bring, and that's her approach. Hers is not a top-down approach, it is a supportive approach. Communities in our state, especially here in New Bedford, that have a sense of the direction they're going in. So it's the right way to go about it. She'll be a great partner for Greater New Bedford as governor, as she has been as Attorney General. So Martha, we're so pleased to endorse your candidacy today. We're going to get out there and work really hard, not just in the primary, which is coming up Tuesday. Remember everybody to vote September 9th, but in November, when she faces off presumably against Charlie Baker. We're going to be there for you, Martha, and we can't wait to become governor.
Well, thank you very much,
you.
Mr. Mayor. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! And let me just say I couldn't be more honored to have Mayor Mitchel's endorsement today, precisely for what he just told you. But what he didn't do is take the credit he should have for the great path that New Bedford is on. This city, as the mayor has noted, has a terrific history. We love the history as a fishing port, but more importantly, look how New Bedford's been able to look towards its future, using that history to pivot towards being a very important commercial port here, looking towards the future for clean energy, which is so important to the entire state. But here is a mayor with that kind of vision, and precisely because I know we have great things happening all over Massachusetts, in particular in the greater New Bedford area. I am delighted to say that we are looking towards working with mayors just like Mayor Mitchel to say we can be prosperous and fair here in Massachusetts, that we will invest in our kids, in our workforce. We'll help you clean up that harbor, do the dredging we need to make it successful. But Mayor Mitchel does know best about what's going to work here. And that's why my economic plan is based upon regional knowledge, regional expertise, and we can help connect those dots with our academic institutions, with our local leaders, with our businesses, to make sure New Bedford continues on the great path that Mayor Mitchel has set it on. We have this opportunity now in Massachusetts to move ahead. I'm excited about it. I can't wait as we go towards the primary day, and if I'm successful, and I hope we will be, we won't know until we count every vote, but I hope we will be, and then we are going to not stop until we win in November and turn this economy around for everybody in Massachusetts, not just Boston and Cambridge, but particularly for the greater New Bedford area. So thank you, Mayor Mitchel. This means a lot to me. Your friendship and your support is tremendous, and I look forward to being a great partner as governor of Massachusetts with you and New Bedford.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Questions? Anybody? I know, Tim, you have something.
Well,
You don't have to, Jim. It's not mandatory.
a lot of endorsements. What makes this special, I guess? What is it? Look, there are endorsements, then there are endorsements. I mean, why do you think this one carries something?
Well, first of all, New Bedford, as I've said, has a terrific history, but I think is going to be an incredibly important player in making sure all of Massachusetts' economy turns around. I've been very impressed by what Mayor Mitchel in his time here has done, and of course we work together on abandoned housing, on making sure that we, on the foreclosure crisis, have addressed those issues. I know that he has a vision for New Bedford. I know that he's looked carefully at everybody who's running for governor. I know he's going to make the best choice in his endorsement for what's best for New Bedford, and that's why it means a lot to me. He's honest, he's sincere, he calls it as he sees it, and he works hard. I'd like to think that as governor I can do exactly the same thing and work with him for the betterment of New Bedford, and I know we can.
Anybody else, John?
Okay, so a lot of people would say that Governor Patrick has been a strong supporter of the South Coast or of Western Mass and other overlooked parts of the state. Can you, would you be as strong or stronger a supporter of the South Coast?
Absolutely, and as I grew up in Berkshire County, I've known for a long time that there's life outside, not just Route 128, but Route 495. I've also recognized, I think, that when we, as Governor Patrick and I started out, saw this terrific, an awful recession as Wall Street crashed our economy. When you're outside of the major Boston area, I think it hits a little bit harder and it's harder to come out. That's why what Mayor Mitchel has done here is so impressive, why it's so important that the state be a good partner for those regions. So just as Governor Patrick has been that partner, I will be also. And I hope as we see the economy turns around, it will give us a greater opportunity to do those things, building on innovation and infrastructure that we so badly need, including transportation infrastructure, and making sure that as we work, and I do know that, the old saying, Father knows best, Mayor Mitchel knows best of what we can do here in New Bedford, and I look forward to working with him on it.
What do you want?
I'm sorry. If I could just follow up with an important point. So, you're not going to get much of an argument, as you guys know, from anybody around here on the point that southeastern Massachusetts, greater New Bedford, has been overlooked over the years. But there's more to it than just sort of a Boston-centric viewpoint of folks in government. that's true as far as it goes. But what I've tried to stress as I've been mayor is that it's incumbent upon us to be very clear about what we want, not just about specific aspects, but the overall vision. So the clarity of our purposes matters a lot. And then on the other hand, the willingness to listen and to partner by the governor, by folks in government at the state level, across the administration, matters as well. And that's why, frankly, in addition to her professional credentials, Attorney General Coakley stood out among all the candidates for that.
So South Coast Rail, you authorize funding full
Yes.
speed ahead.
Yes, but as we know, that's only part of the picture here for Greater New Bedford, and the mayor has already started on the important aspects around the port, around the city. That is one piece of what we can do to make this whole region, the Greater New Bedford region, prosperous and fair, because we want to give all of our kids a shot at that good education, a chance to get a good job, working on updating skills, as I know he knows how important our junior colleges are, our community, UMass, Dartmouth. We're going to make sure that this region, and I as governor, can help Mayor Mitchell connect all those dots for New Bedford and the Greater New Bedford area.
Thank you. So Mayor, in the, depending on the poll, I guess the Attorney General has either a 12-point lead or a 35-point lead. Would you be endorsing her if she had a 30-point deficit?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why?
Because I think she's the best candidate for the office. And look, we've seen those scoreboards change very quickly in the last few days of a race. So there's only one. There's the one that matters, and that's the one that comes out Tuesday night. And so I know the Attorney General's going to run through the tape. She's not stopping, and then she's going to keep on going. I think she recognizes that there's a fight ahead after Tuesday that she has to be ready for, and I'm confident that she's going to